A very warm welcome to you out there. If you are a viewer of ours, you would know very well that we are the Amatyma Wellness Network, where we obviously, look after the wellness of men, single, married, divorced, and widowed men. But today's show and the series we are about to launch is titled Amatyma Healing with Taz. And I'm so excited. And for me, it's not only excitement that I'm consumed by, but also the honor and privilege of having to work with someone that I look up to, someone that I respect so much. And I can't believe that, the heavens have spoken and they've answered my prayers of eventually working with this amazing lady, mother, sister, wife, award-winning medium, life coach. Her name is Taz Singh. Hey Taz, how are you? How are you doing?
Gigi. I am so honored to work with you. So
you are honored. How does that work?
I'm going to flip that. You and I go back a long way.
Yes, we do.
And I believe in everything that you do.
Yes.
And I remember the conversation we had about Amatyma.
Yes.
And I had so much of faith in this movement, even when you were doubting
Yes.
that will this work. And I'm so glad and so proud to see this develop into what it is today.
Sure. Listen, I think I remember very clearly the first time I met you. You brought me into tears. You said a lot of things about my life that I never knew even existed. You even proclaimed and you told me, how my uncle was murdered. You actually dug deep into the inner side of me and things that I never told anyone in my life. You got me very emotional that day. I remember it was at your house, yes. And it was my first encounter with you, and I'm grateful, for that day because it was a birth of a great relationship, a great connection between you and I. And you've said a lot of things about my life that have also healed me internally without me realizing, and that's a gift that you carry. And I always tell you about your gift, right?
But you're very sweet. But when you talk about the connection, it is quite deep because sometimes I'll be thinking about you.
And then I text you.
And you text me. Or I'm thinking about a deal that we could be doing. And next thing we are talking about it, telepath. So I think, this is a friendship. It's a connection. And it's a respect that we have for one another.
Absolutely. And so, you and I were having a conversation last week and we got to this point where we agreed that we need to have a podcast together.
It was a realization.
Yes,
that this is the next step.
Absolutely. And so, Amatyma Healing with Taz was born. And so the whole premise of this series is really focusing on healing men. Men who are single, married, divorced, widowed. Men have got a lot of childhood-related traumas. Men have got a lot of issues that they, are dealing with internally. And we know that, in general, men don't like to talk. So this particular show or series is really going to help them heal. You are going to obviously be consulting with them on a lot of things that you are seeing using your gift.
But I just want to say, when you say men don't like to talk.
Yeah.
You did the Amatyma men's event.
Yes.
And I went up to do my segment.
And you caused havoc.
We caused havoc. Everybody wanted to talk. Men were emotional. They had questions. They're going in deep into their feelings. So I think men are willing to talk if they're in a safe place.
Absolutely.
And if they're not feeling like they are being disrespected
or judged.
Absolutely. I also want to go back to what you said, that Amatyma is about men that are divorced or widowed or whatever.
Yeah.
But there are also young males in this country that are looking up to you. I had a call from a university because they know that we're quite close. I have been working with them.
Right.
And I got a call where they would like for you to actually give a talk to. And I said that to you, that it's now shaping the young men in our country because they look up to you. So this movement is beyond just the older men or the matured men.
Absolutely. It's about boys.
Yes.
It's also about boys, especially because, we do know that a lot of corporates, focus on the girl child and women related campaigns, which is great. And we encourage that. But we don't want them to leave the boy child behind and the man behind. And the reason why we've got such high stats when it comes to gender-based violence, and men are the biggest perpetrators, is because we don't talk to the boy child.
We don't educate.
We don't educate
from
them.
A young age.
Absolutely. So if you're a man out there and you've got issues that you are currently dealing with and you need some healing, this is the place, and obviously we'll give out the number on the screen for you to be able to get in touch with us, and you can come through and be a guest on the show. His name is Elijah Escosana. Do you want to say something, Tez, before I...
Elijah, welcome to...
Elijah, sorry, please get close to the mic so that we can hear you, my brother. Yeah, there we go.
Elijah, welcome to Amatyma Healing with Taz. Today's our first podcast.
First of many.
First of many. Yeah. So I'm really honored to be able to sit and talk to you guys. Elijah, when I go to your energy, the first thing I pick up is there's so much of pain. There's so much of pain and so much of judgment that you carry towards yourself. I see that you went through a very dark phase in your life, and you made choices that you look back now and you regret, right? And all you want is to seek forgiveness from certain people, but most importantly, to be given a second chance, right? Because you have started, it was a long road to finding Elijah. It was a long road to healing within. And all you want now is for people to be able to see you for who you are now and to give you a chance now. All right. And when I look at your energy, I see that you went through a lot when you were a young boy. Right. I see that I cannot say you didn't have a family, because you did have family that was there, but you didn't feel like you belonged. You didn't feel like you were welcomed or that you were loved. And it put you in a position where you seeked comfort from the wrong people. So you ended up in a situation where you associated with older boys or people that got you to do things for them, that got you down a path that was incorrect. Yeah. Right? And for you to just feel like you're fitting in and to feel like you belong, you started to do things that was out of character. All right. And now when you look back, you wish you had made better choices. I'm not defending your actions, but what I am saying is if you had better leaders around you, if you had people that could have guided you differently, your outcome would have been different. But what I like is you have forgiven. You have forgiven a lot because you don't want to carry this anger anymore. All you want is to rebuild your life. I see that you have gone through a very challenging situation where the law was involved. And I see that, it has taught you. In many ways, it has taught you and it has reformed you where now you want to do things differently. All right? Because I am seeing that there is a legal matter that is not yet 100% closed. It is still an open-ended energy around you. However, you are being given a second chance to make a difference and to rebuild your life. I see you've got a lot of trade in your hand. You're very good with your hands. So anything you do where you are working physically, I am seeing you being able to succeed. And I see right now that's your focus is I want to earn an income. I want to be able to have a sustainable income so that I can start building my home again. All right. I see that you had a lot of support when it came from a mom. Right. I think if you didn't have that, I think you would have died a long time ago. With everything you've been through, there were moments when you felt, I just can't go on. You gave up. On many days, you gave up. Right. And your grandmother comes through. Like the previous guest, your grandmother stands as your pillar next to you. And she says to you, I love you. She says it's very important you hear that because you had, for a little while, stopped loving yourself. I know it's emotional. And she says, she just hugs you and she says to you that I'm going to help you and I'm going to walk this journey with you because you're going to have the life that you deserve. She says, everybody deserves a second chance. And she says, you are going to show everybody that you're worth it. I've got another male that comes in as a brother energy to you, right? He shows me his death was quite sudden. He stands behind you, protecting you. I've got your uncle coming through who was like a father figure to you, and he apologizes. He says, we failed you. He says, as a family, we failed. And I see there hasn't been much connection between you and your father's family, between you and your paternal family. So I see that there's a lot of regret that's coming through from their side, right? But when I look at your energy today, I know it's a lot, right? Elijah, you are loved. I think the most important thing is you are loved, You have distanced yourself from the negative that you faced, and you are going to build the life that you want. I see you also have a business idea that you want to go forward with, but nothing can work unless you find it in yourself to start believing in yourself again, because there are still days when your energy is heavy and your energy is dark, and I promise you those are the days when your ancestors are standing the closest. Elijah, I see that you went through a period where you even thought of death, right? You went through days when you felt, what's the point in living? You were embarrassed, you were ashamed of certain actions, and you didn't want to face anybody. But you are still sitting here today and you're still alive because your story matters. You are able to educate that crime doesn't pay. You are able to educate, do not get involved with people that make you feel like you belong and you found a new family, because all they did was use you and mislead you. And your story matters because you are going to be a reformed and successful man. Like our previous individual, you'll be able to create employment for others, because that's what you want to do. You now want to use every negative and turn it into a positive, that you can make a positive impact. And your words matter, because I am seeing that you've decided you want to heal people. You want to talk your story and you want to heal people. You want to make an impact. So Elijah, you are alive because you matter.
Sure. Before he responds to you, I just want to also put a disclaimer around this series. So Tez has never met any of the guests, and Tez has never been briefed by me about the guests, because you can see my reaction. The things you're saying about him is things I know about him, because obviously I've encountered and shared a lot of moments with him, even with Pito. So I need everyone who's watching this to understand that there is no briefing that has taken place prior to this. You've never met him, he's never met you, and I've never briefed you about his situation. You can respond, my brother, and please be close to the mic so that we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm emotional right now.
I can see.
Yeah, I didn't expect this, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
But however, whatever you have
Please
said,
make sure so we can hear you. Yeah.
whatever you have said is true. And I am sure that Titi didn't share anything, because there are certain things that I didn't
tell me.
Yeah, tell Titi.
Yeah.
But you managed just to bring them on top of the table. Yeah, it wasn't easy for me. It wasn't easy, and even today, it's not easy. But I push all the time.
That's what I love about your energy, is that even when you're feeling down and you're going through all that memory of what you've experienced, you're still finding that strength that's deep down, that inner strength to say, I can't give up. And the reason you have that strength is because look at the love that's coming through. You know, it doesn't matter what the mistake was. You've paid the price. You've paid the price. And this is your opportunity to say to society that we deserve a second chance. And most importantly, you have not lost your faith. Right? Being in that situation, being in prison, being, faced with the legal matters that you had to overcome, you still prayed, because you still believed in your heart that there's something or someone out there that can protect me, and that's what helped you. That's what saved you.
Do you want to just high level share your story quickly for the benefit of our viewers as well?
Yeah. My upbringing, it wasn't good at all. I grew up under the leadership of my stepdad, and the love that he showed us, it was far from what it was supposed to be. You know what he did? He used to kick me, and he used to beat me and abuse my mom in front of me. And then it is painful to see your mom naked and fail to help your mom or to rescue your mom from that bullying or from that tiger. So I said to myself, when I grow up, I'm going to kill this man. And how am I going to do that? Because now I'm still young, but I still believe that I will grow up, and when I grow up, I will kill him. I remember one day I was sitting with my family from my mother's side. There is a huge fridge. My mom was having a huge fridge. I said to her and my family, what, when I grow up, I'm going to kidnap this man of yours and then put him in the deep freeze. And then after he freeze, I will take him out and then put him in front of the stove. I will tire him just like this. And then when the heat just hit him and then started to melt, ne? Yeah, I'm going just to cut the what you call, what is this?
The wrist.
Yes, I'm going to cut him, and then I want to hear him just cry, bit by bit. I want to hear him screaming, and then after I inflicted that pain, and then I'm going to kill him. But
I'm going to pause you there. Can you imagine a young boy thinking all of this? Can you imagine the pain at that age, the pain, the anger that was inflicted on you to actually be visualizing that you're going to do this to this man? Right? So it stemmed from a lot of abuse that you've been through, right? The anger and the pain that you've been through made you start thinking, it's easy to sit and judge,
Yeah.
But you had to have walked in your shoes, to have been sitting there as that little boy,
get to that point,
seeing your mom naked, seeing your mom being beaten and feeling helpless. I'm not justifying your actions.
Absolutely.
I'm just putting into perspective a young boy
who has no point of reference
and not having someone that could take you out of the situation and show you the right path to actually heal you. There was no one to heal you.
Sure.
Yeah, it was difficult because even the people that I was looking up to and thinking that they will be able to guide me, they were distancing themselves from me. So I was alone, my brother and my mom. So this other family were just there just to provide a shelter over our head, so that they will be satisfied with at least abantwana bagasisi. They have a shelter over their head. So
but it goes beyond just a shelter over your head.
Yeah.
It goes beyond that.
Sure.
I remember, Titi, there was a time, when you are a young boy, there will be a time of December, festive season. So your parents need to buy you a clothes for
Christmas and New Year's Day, yeah.
And we don't have a father, but the father is there. I was thinking he is my father, only to find out it's not my father, it's my stepdad. But it was difficult for him to provide. And then what my mom will do, will just go out there and get what you call a texture or
fabric.
Fabric.
Yeah.
And then he will just take a nail and then just put those pieces so that my boys can wear. And then we will wear those trousers, color yellow, right for a young man.
Yeah.
For a man.
Yeah.
So we will go to the corner, E25, we'll go to our friends, and then when we find ourselves in their midst, we will be a laughing stock.
Sure.
Because of what we are wearing.
There was so much of trauma, yeah.
Yes, and that even that on its own just build up something to me. I said, you know what? In simple terms, I was born to suffer like this, but because of that man, I'm going to kill him. Actually, I was raising this thing over and over and over again until my heart become heavy with anger. You understand? So I said, this is my mission, and I'm going to embark on it, and then I'm going to accomplish it. But because now I'm not used to guns, so in order for me to be familiar with gun, I need to join the people who are using guns.
Yeah. So just come close to the mic so that we can hear you. Yeah.
So that's when I marry I will call it the kingdom of darkness. That's when I find myself in the kingdom of darkness. But bear in mind, I said to myself, I don't want to hear them. So I want to do my own stuff. But if I will hear them, it will be difficult for me to do what I want to do. But the purpose for me to find myself around them is to get a gun. But what I've learned in that season, teaching, whatever you speak, you create it.
100%.
Sure.
You attract what you put out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now I said I need a gun. So I was having a corner selling snacks and all the snack sweets and all that stuff. So now there was a lady, we grew up together, and then the lady came to me and said, Elijah, please man, help me. I need something. We don't have food. We can't even pay rent. So I said to her, I don't have money. So I just stopped now. She said to me, Elijah, we have something for you. I said, what is that? He said, come this side. When I go that side, they just pull out the gun. The boyfriend said, this is the thing that I was looking for. All this, just please bring it to me. This is your man. you need this man, take this man. And at the back of my head, I said, this gun is mine, it's no longer yours. If you come back and collect your gun and bring me my man, I will just hand this gun to you.
Sure.
And I did exactly that. When they come and said, we need our gun, Elijah, I said, this gun belongs to me, not to you. It belongs to me. It's mine now. Elijah, this. I just pointed to them. I said, go. This gun is mine. Why? I want to pay a revenge. I want to kill him. But before I kill my stepdad, I need to hang around with this guy who are doing funny stuff in the location, in our casa, so that I can be a master of what I am doing. So it will be difficult for me just to go to my stepdad and point him with a gun. I've never pointed someone before. So I need to learn and become.
So you wanted to train yourself through the gangs and all the guys.
And that's why I said you went
Sure.
down a path where you associated yourself with people that were not good.
So that's my
Sure,
life.
that's his story, and obviously we don't want to go too deep into his other part of the story. But currently Elijah is out on parole.
Yeah, and I think the reason you can't go because it's still an open case.
Yes, it's still an open case, and it's quite a confidential matter, of course. We have to respect that, you know.
Yes.
But the point is, he's currently on parole, and he's a motivational speaker. He's actually even in real estate now. He sells homes. He's an author. He wrote 2 books whilst he was still in prison, and I just was attracted to his energy because of his positivity. You know, Tez, you and I are positive people. We like to find solutions to issues, and I just like how he's wired as well as a person. He acknowledges the mistakes that he's made, and he's forgiven those that have wronged him, but he's also asked for forgiveness.
That's the most important thing, is you understand that your actions were not right. They were wrong. You understand that there were so many other ways to remedy that situation. All right. And you know that the path that you chose, anyone can end up in that path. Anyone can end up in that path when they're conditioned from such a young age to build anger and hatred within themselves for a particular person or a situation. So I'm so glad to see that you are in a position where, and I said this earlier on when I was doing your reading, is that you want to educate, you want to use everything you've been through to now help others. And I am seeing that you're going to embark on a much bigger journey, because your words are going to inspire not just in South Africa but beyond. And that's your mission, is that I want to work within Africa, because you see that there's a problem within our continent, just not South Africa.
Sure.
Right? So everything that you're doing, and I'm still seeing another book coming out.
Wow,
right?
shout out.
You have so much to say.
Well done. At this point, can we bring Pito back?
Yes.
To join us. Pito, please come back. This is the last part of the series. We've spoken to both of you individually, and obviously now we understand your backstories. And again, you know, Amatyma Healing with Tez is really about that. You know. Tez's gift is something that I think the world needs to see, then the world needs to experience. And I love the fact that you're not holding your gift to yourself, and you are sharing it with a lot of people. There's a lot of men out there that need healing in different spaces and facets of their lives, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, or financial.
I just want to say something to Elijah. I better have a chapter
in his book. Elijah, do you wanna say anything as a parting shot?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please speak to the mic. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, mommy. Thank you, mommy. You know that's something that you have done today to me. To be honest with you, when it comes to my mom,
Sure, you hadn't what he says, he hadn't forgiven. He hadn't forgiven his mom.
Reason being, she chose a man over me. So when there's a quarrel at home, I will say to her, don't forget you have chosen a man over me. So please don't tell me that, because you have chosen a man over me. So what I'm doing for me, for my family. Because when you have chosen your own family, so please don't say what you are saying to me. Yeah. So I was struggling on that part, but today you have helped me to conquer this giant that I was facing all these years. And I know, and I don't doubt, my mom loves me.
absolutely loves you. And I need you to understand, your mom did not choose this man over you. Your mom was trying to create a home, and she was trying so hard to get him to change, to be that father, to be that man that can provide. But she lost herself in the process. And I think finding yourself in that similar situation where you lost yourself and you could not make better decisions, you could not see the light from the darkness, your mom ended up in that situation. All right? Your mom always loved you and still loves you.
Sure. This was our first episode, Tez. How are you feeling?
I love it.
You love it?
I love it because I see the impact, the difference that we are making, and that's what Amatyma is all about.
Yeah.
Is to help and to heal and to uplift.
Sure. That was our first episode, ladies and gentlemen, and Amatyma Healing with Tez is going to be a show to be reckoned with. And if you are out there, like I said, and you want to come through, you're a man, you're a boy, you're a young man, you're an old man, doesn't matter what age you are, you've got issues that you want to deal with, you need healing. Look at these two gentlemen, Elijah and Bito. They came here with no expectations, and they are leaving here feeling better, and hopefully they'll be better men for society out there. See Valelapo City, Amatyma Healing with Tez. Till the next time, thank you and danko.